Hi there, I'm the Not So Young Nerd, and this is Anime Scouter, the show where we pick some of the most interesting anime of the season, talk about it, and sometimes even make video essays about them. You can watch the show right here on YouTube every Sunday and Monday. And if you prefer to consume your content in audio format, I do all of my shows as podcasts. You just need to look for Not So Young Nerd on all your favorite podcast services. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Today we're talking about Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie, Mugen Train. Without spoilers in the first part of the video, I'm going to put a big spoiler warning when I move into the spoiler territory. So with that out of the way, let's begin. The movie, as you probably heard already, is great. I usually don't enjoy shonen movies because they always feel too short or they feel too long and inconsequential. For a long time, popular shonen movies had the tradition of setting the plot away from the main storyline as to not interfere with the anime series. Slowly but surely, this trend has been changing. Dragon Ball Super did the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, which is not only canon, but it advances the plot of the anime forward. Sword Art Online also did a movie that is canon and brought one of the characters from that movie into the anime series later on. And now this movie directly affects the events of the anime series moving forward. The plot is simple, but it's the simplicity of the setup that lets us get straight into the action. Another thing is that by simply having a Hashira in the movie, it raises the potential of the fight as well as the stakes. Just imagine how powerful the enemy is if they need to involve a Hashira in the movie. Talking about the enemy, I will say this, and before you get mad at me for spoilers, this is literally in the trailer. The demon has the ability to put our heroes in a dream state. Because of this, we are able to get some really emotional, beautiful, and tense scenes. Studio Ufotable knocked it out of the park with this animation. Ufotable is one of those studios that are always advancing the anime visuals forward. There are some 3D aspects of the movie, which I didn't enjoy that much, but that's usually always my opinion with 3D. There are some instances where 3D has been done right, like in the anime series Land of the Lustrous, but for the most part 3D animation always just takes me out of the movie or anime series. Going back to the best character in the movie, the Flame Hashira, Kyojuro Rengoku, his presence on the train really opens up the possibilities of the fight, since the Hashiras are not only stronger than our main heroes, but also possess different abilities that are visually stunning. So just imagine how good a Flame Hashira looks when he goes full power and unleashes their ultimate attack. In summary, the fights are exciting, the movie has strong emotional moments, and the animation is fantastic. Is there anything bad about this movie? Well, yes, but not a lot. Most of it has to do with the film feeling more like 6 episodes stitched together instead of feeling like a film. The stakes are relatively low until the very end, and it is a shame that the movie doesn't feel cinematic enough. It doesn't seem like the studio took advantage of the fact that they probably had more time and more budget. The best part of the movie, without a doubt, is its ending and its amazing fight scene. While the rest of the movie is entertaining enough, it's really the ending that sets it apart from a good shonen movie into a great shonen movie. And that's all I'm going to say in my spoiler-free review. Let's move on to the spoiler section of this video. So if you haven't seen the movie and don't want it to get spoiled, I'll give you a 5-second warning before I move into the spoiler territory. Right off the bat, let's start with talking about the elephant in the room, the Flame Hashira and his unfortunate death. Most of the video going forward is going to be about this one fight. Throughout the whole movie, the characters seem to be in relatively low danger, and I was confused. Sure, the demon that can put anybody in a dream seemed dangerous at first, but once Tanjiro cracked the code on how to beat him, his menacing presence just faded away. Not only that, but I wasn't afraid of the heroes coming into any sort of danger, since the demon has to put his enemies to sleep in order to beat them. I took this as he's not as powerful in hand-to-hand combat, so he needs to rely on his magic abilities. And I was right, because Tanjiro was able to defeat him by himself in the first duel of the movie. Now, this is not to say that Tanjiro is not a badass who is very powerful, but there's a Hashira in the train as well. So if Tanjiro can take care of the demon, then the Hashira can probably take care of him and destroy him in like 2 seconds. Not only did I notice this, but the demon inside the movie also knew this, because he merged himself with the train in order to have an advantage, again because he sucks in hand-to-hand combat. While the movie was entertaining enough and the visuals were, like I said, gorgeous, it lacked any kind of excitement, since it seems like this dream dude named Enmu was not powerful enough at all. He felt more like a mini-boss, and I was right, because almost immediately after he was beaten, the real boss comes in. And who was the real boss of this movie? None other than the upper rank number 3. We've seen what the lower rank is capable of in this universe, but we had never seen an upper rank before this movie. We know that by reputation they are extremely powerful and extremely dangerous, more powerful even than the Hashira. But I didn't believe it. I just thought that the previous Hashiras who had gotten killed sucked. But boy, was I wrong. The upper ranks are crazy powerful. The Hashiras look like gods compared to Tanjiro, and the upper rank makes the Hashiras look like ants. It's crazy. I've actually never seen this kind of like power level difference. Maybe in Dragon Ball Super when Goku had to fight Jiren, and Jiren was just OP to the max, but I've never seen it done so well and to this level. At this point in the movie, Zenitsu is nowhere to be seen. Tanjiro is injured, and Inosuke, while being in fighting shape, is no match for the upper ranks. He realizes that if he were to step in, not only would he probably lose his life, but he would actually get in the way of the Hashira as well. This is the first time that we see a no restraint match in this universe. When we saw the lower ranks against Tanjiro, they were in the woods, and Tanjiro had to face against the father and mother and brothers of the lower rank number 5, Ryu. But in this one, it's just a head-to-head on battle. The Hashira versus the upper rank. No restraints, no holding back. And it's super, super, super badass and exciting. I don't know how Tanjiro is going to match or even surpass this level of power. I see Tanjiro becoming a Hashira without a problem, but then to become more powerful than the upper rank, I don't know how he's gonna do it. The whole goal of Demon Slayer seems to be that Tanjiro is going to become powerful enough to face the OG demon in a final duel. But again, I don't know how he's going to do this because he's so far from that. Going back to the fight, there's a moment where you can tell that Kojiro is on his last leg. But instead of giving up, he decides to move forward even if it kills him. So he charges up his ki or chakra or aura or whatever they have in this universe and gets enveloped in bright red flames. Kind of like how the picture there. And it looks amazing. And the music is super hype, and his last speech is super hype as well. And again, it's incredible. You feel it everywhere and you get super hype. And even though you know he's going to die, he's probably going to die, you still believe that he might have a chance, a fighting chance to not only survive, but actually defeat the demon and go home clean and safe. This, of course, unfortunately, doesn't happen. It's this final fight that makes the whole movie shine. Throughout this whole movie, we have been falling in love with the Flames Hashira unique personality, and we even learn about his backstory and the fact that no matter how hard he tried, he was never able to make his father proud. So this whole movie was a setup for us to fall in love with him, only for then the movie to take him away from us. It's a bit manipulative, but they do a superb job that you forget at how much they're pulling at your heartstrings. Even though he tried his best, Kyojuro was unfortunately killed, and he was not able to kill the demon that he was facing. We want our heroes to succeed, so it's very hard to see that they didn't accomplish something so major as to kill the upper rank number 3, and they lost one of their more powerful Hashiras in the process. Again, this is very, very, very hard to see. There's another thing that separates this movie from a good shonen movie. to a great shonen movie. They could have done a feel-good story about the heroes coming together and beating the lower trained demon. And to be honest, I would have been very happy with that. It would have given us some amazing animation in the process. And again, it would have been a feel-good story. But the movie goes a step further, given not only beautiful animation, but it raises the stakes and gives us emotional resonance and real repercussions for the whole anime moving forward. Alright, so that was my review of Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train. Who do you think is going to be the Flame Hashira? Do you think Tanjiro is going to take his place? Let me know in the comments below. Before I go, I just want to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and to follow me on social media at Not So Young Nerd, where I post fun facts about anime and document my process as a YouTuber. Thank you so much for listening. Tomorrow I'm going to finally release my Mortal Kombat episode where I watch every single Mortal Kombat movie, and then next week we're gonna do My Hero Academia, and we're gonna do another fun essay about Demon Slayer. So see you all tomorrow and then next week. Bye bye.